Hi there, guys. Welcome to Guided by Sight. I'm Delynn, and today I'm going to do a reading about what your soul wants you to know. And this is June the 14th, I believe. Let's see, can I tell? There's no way for me to tell that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle some cards. This is the Gateway card deck. What does your soul want you to know today? Letting go. All right, that's a good one. I'm just going pure intuition here, so we're going to pull what seems to be coming up. Planting seeds. Okay, so it looks like something needs to be surrendered and for something new to begin. Got another one here. Accepting what is. Okay, so I see a theme here. I think we got one more card coming out of this deck. Yes. Mending bridges. Interesting. Okay, wait, is there another one? Oh, there's one more. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that one too. So accepting what is, embracing what is going on, planting seeds, new seeds, and letting go, and mending bridges, things that need to be taken care of. Got this one, no, this one. All right, being in the flow. Got this one earlier today, so it's interesting. It's coming back up. So what it looks like is that there's a time right now for something that needs to be let go of. Could be a relationship, could be something to do with work, or even maybe it's some way of being, like just maybe there's some habits and some sort of not so healthy things that you've been putting yourself through or doing, but it feels like this is something that's not healthy for you in some way. This feels like emotionally there could be something, physically, maybe there's a way of eating that that you've had, or there's a relation. I keep getting relationship, and I think I'm getting that because of the two fish, that stands out to me, and it doesn't always stand out to me with this card, but today for some reason this is standing out. So maybe today somebody needs to hear that this relationship that you've been nurturing and you've been putting a lot of time and energy into, that it's time to kind of let that go and to move on, to plant new seeds. Again, it could be about work, planting new seeds, looking for something else, planning ahead, kind of what seeds do you want to plant? What are you looking for, in a partner, possibly. Another thing is about accepting what is. Maybe there's some limitations that you feel around yourself and you haven't been very accepting of yourself, and so you kind of blame yourself for this ending, this relationship that's kind of been on the rocks, or a situation that's been hasn't been producing something that's healthy for you. So whether it's a relationship or a situation that just isn't working out, it's not it's not like you don't have any responsibility in it. It's just that it feels like you have to sort of let go let go of that, and accept what accept that you're okay and that things are changing. So here it's, I accept and embrace my inner majesty, and that's kind of accepting yourself no matter what is going on. You could live in a complete firestorm of activity and like trouble and still find your inner peace, still find that center within yourself that's like, I'm okay. I know things are going crazy and I know I've still got work to do on myself, but but there's that centeredness that you have. And the mending bridges, I know that, like, maybe if this card was with other cards, I would think that this is like about mending a relationship or mending something between you and a business relationship or work environment or something like that. But this situation, to me, this particular situation, I believe it needs to be let go of. Realize that there are new seeds that you're going to be planting, accepting who you are and what you're going through right now. And then this is I Heal Rifts, I Am a Mender, and um, this feels like an internal thing. This feels like a process of mending bridges within yourself. You know, um, it's almost like one part of you lives on one side of the bridge and one part of you lives on the other side of the bridge, and you're kind of like, the card shows the two faces going in different directions. It's kind of like you're torn because you maybe you invested a lot of time and energy and effort into this person, or maybe even money, and you just feel like it's so hard to let go, you know and right now that's challenging because it really maybe hits home for you, and that sort of, it sort of rocks your identity or rocks who you have been, or you know makes you feel like you're completely and totally responsible for things not working out. Or maybe this isn't the first time that you've had to let go of a relationship. This is something you've had to do, you know maybe for more than one time, and you're just like, is it me, is it me? And like I said, it's not like there's not any responsibility that's yours. It just feels like right now you have to accept where you are with what you have, with the tools you have, with the understanding that you have, and mend the bridges inside. Like there's a time for planting seeds. Like I feel like planting new seeds is a good idea, but I feel like those seeds aren't necessarily like, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to cut the roses off the bush. It's not like a time for harvest. So like if this is about a new relationship or a new position or a new job, it doesn't feel like it's time for that situation to blossom yet. It's about what kind of seeds. So like if you wanted to plant an oak tree, you would go get acorns. If you wanted to plant, a peach tree, then you would get peach seeds. Do you know what I'm saying? So be sure about what seeds you want to plant in this next endeavor, in this next relationship. Like be really clear about what you want, but the priority really seems to be, accepting who you are, what's going on with you, that things had to go this way, mending the bridge internally between what you want and what the other part of you wants, and kind of coming to this middle ground where, you're not giving up your sovereignty, you're not giving up your identity, you're not having to become somebody else, but you also learn that there are, compromises every now and then within a relationship that are healthy, for you to give a little bit. But what I have found is that a lot of times, with women that I've spoken to, they tend to be the ones that are like very giving and don't always accept the help that they need, or they're not very nurturing to themselves. So just be careful that you're not just nurturing everybody else, um, and that you are making sure that you're taking care of yourself. And the last card in this deck is being in the flow. And when, I don't know if any of you have ever listened to Abraham or any of that, well, Abraham Hicks, but in her channeling, she talks about how, you have to be in the flow and in this vortex and stuff like that. And I can't really talk about it because that's her thing. But I am in the flow of the universe, and basically it's like getting in alignment. And I know that that word can be really scary because if you can feel like, oh God, I'm wrong, I'm not in alignment. And I don't mean like you have to have all your ducks in a row before you can flow to the next thing. It's just tweaking things just a little bit. Like here it's saying accepting yourself, right? Accepting what is, accepting this ending, mending bridges, internal bridges, the things between the you and the you within yourself. And as you kind of move into this alignment of figuring out what kind of seeds you want to plant, then you keep your focus on this flow, and that know that this letting go, I mean, look, you got water on both ends here. That's really interesting. So the letting go, and that you're on a ship and you're moving to something new. So you got to trust this flow that's happening. I'm getting another deck. Uh, Let me feel here for a second. What am I getting? All right, I think I'm getting this. This is the shaman. This is a shaman deck, we call it. It's the shaman's tarot. So it kind of looks like this, and got a lot of really cool imagery in here. So, and these do not have reverse. So I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle. Let's see, what else do we need to know today about this situation? This flow. One more time. I know I shuffle kind of weird. It's kind of sideways. What do we need to know today? Okay. All right. Oh boy. Interesting. Okay. And that is, what, 10, 11, 12, 13. I gotta look that up. I'm not 100% sure. Some of these decks I know well, and others I do not. So I definitely will reference the, oops, kind of threw that one, didn't I? I don't know that that's, I'm going to set that to the side just in case that ends up being something. So you never know. Coincidences. Okay, we've got another one here that's trying to jump out, so we're going to, okay, 4 of drums. Oh, feels like this one. Ooh, okay, 5 of stones. Queen of drums. All right, let's see if there's another one. Oh, wait. Felt like it was another one back here. Where are you? Like that one or this one? This one. This one, I believe. And this is the Queen of Bones. All right, so we're going to move these down a little bit. I don't know why we're getting so many cards. And is that it on this one? Is there anything else that we need to know? Is there anything else that we need to know? This one. Okay. King of Bows. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side, and we're going to hold off on this last card. Okay, so there's quite a few cards here. So let's see. I'm going to reference the book because I'm not super familiar with this deck. I'm still learning it, and you know, sometimes it takes time to kind of get the feel for kind of what these cards are telling us. And some of this I'm familiar with because I have used these cards for a little while, but some of these cards still show up that I haven't seen before. Like, I'm not sure on this one. So obviously he looks like a shaman here. So that's 13. Let's go to 13 and see what this says. Okay. So, missed it here. All right. So 13 is the other existence. The other world as a dark mirror or of the material world, radical transformation, psychic purification, complete revolution of a new way of being. Okay, so this totally feeds into kind of what is going on here a little bit, and this is kind of what I was sensing here too, is that there is something within yourself that has to change. Like this is a letting go of the self, of this old identity, maybe this relationship, and becoming, you know, becoming someone, not someone completely new, but a change within yourself, a radical way of maybe thinking about what you want to plant. Because this almost feels like this is not the first time that you've let go of a relationship. This has been maybe a couple of times that you've just felt like, what am I missing? What's going on here? I don't understand. And they're showing me that this is an internal battle. This is something to do with the inside, and not being in flow. And it's asking you to accept yourself a little bit more, to realize what you really want and plant the right kind of seed. Not just, I just want anybody to love me, or I just want this situation to just work out. But being clear about what you want, but also it's mindset that has to change. This mindset has to change. There has to be a radical mindset change where you're just like, okay, I'm not settling. I'm not settling. I'm. It's not like you're being a jerk about it. It's just you're. It's almost like that you've sort of accepted certain behaviors because you felt like you had to, or something. Either in a relationship or in a circumstance, and it's like you don't need to do that anymore. You need to stop doing that, and heal whatever this is going on, and move into this new energy, this new identity, or this new way of thinking. Here, the Four of Drums. I'll look him up real quick. Four of Drums. All right, so this guy here is called contemplation, the search for personal power, knowledge acquired at a high price, greed, and suspicions. Which, you know, again, it kind of feels like you've had to pay like a really high price to be in this situation or to be in this relationship. It's like you've almost had to give up a major part of who you are, or give up a part of yourself to be in this relationship, or to be in this in that circumstance. And it's like this has cost you a lot, and now you've learned, and it's like you can't go backwards. Don't go backwards into another situation. And I know this one's about feeling trapped, because if you see the guy inside the crystal, I don't know if you can see this card very well. I'm going to lift it up so you can see it. But what it shows is a guy in the crystal, and he's trapped, and then somebody's trapped him in there. And this isn't a very good. I'm going to go to the Five of Stones real quick, just to look at the definition, what it's saying. Stones, okay. And this is Five of Stones. So we have loss of the soul. Which phantom has abducted our most authentic soul? Illusions and false objectives, a new vision of things is possible. So it's definitely what I'm getting, is that you've almost felt trapped by the situation or by this person, and you need to like get away from the situation, let it go, trust that something better is happening, because this isn't good. This is costing you a lot, and your true self is trying to emerge here. I mean, you got to mend the bridge inside, be more self-accepting, decide what you really want, be more in the flow, and get into this sort of radical energy of, I'm not going to let anybody, put me in a situation again this way. I'm never going to get trapped again. Let's see what Queen of Drums has to say. Look in here. Queen of Drums. Okay. Now, Queen of Drums is the mother bear, and that I should have known, because, bear, obviously. Okay, and it's a person who loves simple things, protection, jealousy, or excessive caution. Now, I don't really get the jealousy part, or maybe there is some insecurity, and you have been a jealous person. I don't know that that's true 100%. What I'm feeling more than anything is this, maybe you love simplicity, you love just the simple things in life, and you want somebody to enjoy that with, and it's just like everything's been so complicated. And you want to be protective of your relationship, and you want to kind of, maybe you've kind of been the nurturer in your relationship, maybe that sort of mothering energy, and maybe you're going to have to get rid of that. Maybe that's a part of you that you can't just keep holding on to, that you have to let go of this relationship or this circumstance, and maybe stop taking on so much, and it's just, it feels like it just needs to be simplified, and that, not to get so wrapped up in this whole mothering or this nurturing sort of energy with people, with circumstances, or with relationships. And maybe that's challenging because maybe that's the way you've always been. Maybe you just have always kind of been this nurturing person and you just feel like it's so natural for you. But sometimes that nurturing can feel like smothering, or it can feel you know, like it's more of a mother son, or a, mother, just like this mothering energy, overbearing a little bit or something. Or, have you ever heard somebody ever say, you're acting like my mother, kind of feeling? And I'm not saying that's what you're doing. It just, just kind of just, sit with it. Just sit with where you are. Talk to yourself about these bridges that need to be mended within you, and step away from whatever the situation is. Okay, so we have Queen of Bones, which we are looking up. Queen of Bones. All right. Now, with the Queen of Bones, she's spirit of Mother Snake, a person who never forgets insults and brings lack of independence and jealousies again. So it's interesting, it came up twice. A person who never forgets insults, lack of independence. Okay, so maybe in some way you've really put a lot of time, effort, and energy into somebody that you've felt trapped by, and so you're kind of back and forth with the victim role and the perpetrator, in a way where maybe you're being bullied by a situation or a person, and you're, maybe there's some jealousies in there, and you kind of feel like, well, I have to kind of keep an eye on this person because they can't be trusted. Maybe they just can't be trusted because they can't be trusted. And, having to be with somebody is just going to heighten any sort of jealousies that might be around. So that's definitely not good. I don't want to see this last card here. So it's King of Bows. King of Bows. All right, King of Bows. Here, where we? All right, spirit that guides the clouds, a man of intellect with controlled emotionalism, mental openness, rationality, a calculating mind, laws, and authority. So it appears that there is a masculine energy coming in that is balanced. Someone that, you don't have to worry about this sort of jealousy, or having to watch your back constantly, or watch what's going on, or this situation where there's a balanced work environment, or a balanced movement forward. I mean, he's shooting a bow off, so it's like, he's shooting an arrow off, and so to me that's like, heading in the right direction. So there's definitely some cleaning up to do, just some work around this, you know, possible jealousy, and like this overbearing, or maybe just overprotective energy that you might be projecting, or that you're kind of this role that you're playing. And let me see what this last card is, because we put that to the side. And this is Nine of Drums. All right, let's see what Nine of Drums is. Nine of Drums is the key to a problem is hidden in everyday living, subtle perception, good communications. So it appears that, I mean, this isn't something you have to go out into a wilderness and find, but I kind of just, I felt like for a minute there that, like, maybe you don't trust that a situation can resolve where you live, or maybe you don't trust that a situation, like, or a person can come into your life where you live. And I'm not feeling like that's a problem. It's not like you need to move to go find this person that's coming to your life, or the situation, for it to be balanced. This feels like right where you are is where things can be resolved. So, you have to create a space in your environment where you are safe, where you can do your inner work. Maybe find a coach. I do spiritual coaching as well, but find a coach, somebody that you can work with, maybe to help guide you a little bit, to sort of work with some of these things that you've got going on, maybe some self-acceptance that you haven't been able to get to, because the more you can accept yourself, the less you're going to attract people that want to put you in a cage or make you do what they want you to do, and the less you're going to feel like you need to be in charge, or that you need to be hyper vigilant about watching everything that the person in your life does, or watching everybody at work, or like that you have to be the mama bear, and you have to just kind of keep an eye on everybody. So definitely working with somebody would be a good thing. I was just trying to see if there was another card. No, this feels complete. I think this is good. I think that right now this is a lot, and I think this is good. So hopefully you found what you needed out of this reading today, and I will be back in a couple days to do another general reading. And I hope you guys have a good day.